To read for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. And before I completely do that, I'm going to tell you Pisces is considered the wolf or the cougar in the native tradition. And what we see there is wolf is the pathfinder, healing energy, a lot of healing energy in the wolf. Very observant and strong and calculative. So I think Pisces being the wolf gives us an understanding. They understand hierarchy. They understand, the elders and the children and the mothers, and they understand everyone's energy as having its own individual importance. So there's likely not to be a wolf who thinks they're the queen or the king, but certainly knows their strength and is confident in their own ways. Okay, they also are ones that mate for life, and if they do lose a partner, that might be very hard for them to get back into relationship. The other thing about the Pisces energy is the cougar vibration, and this is, again, this is the energy of cat energy, being shy and within themselves and isolation a little bit, and not really come out very much and not let people see them. But once they are cuddly with their own kind and those that they love. They're playful and cuddly, but they're also very particular. That's a good way to put it. They're very particular and like things in a certain way. So I think when we're looking at the cougar in that way, we can also see that they're not all that concerned with age. So they're going to fall for people who are vibing at their spiritual level. So the thing that we know about both the cougar and the wolf is they're very intuitive, very instinctual. They roam at night, so they obviously like to be more on their own, and they walk with the moon times. So they move with the tides, that type of energy. So that hierarchy and that understanding, I see the wolf as the path keeper, the pathfinder that helps people get on the path that they should be on, right? Okay, so that's for Pisces. That's the wolf or the cougar in the native tradition. And now we're going to read for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for the month of April. Let's see what we got for you folks. So wherever you're living, I think that, that energy, you need to change things up. You need to change where you live somehow. So maybe you're going to renovate or redesign even your space. Maybe you have to move. Maybe you need something that's going to change. Maybe your space needs to change in order for you to change. Maybe you want to make a change, but you can't do it without having some significant residential situation change, okay? So you need to focus on creating the funds to make the changes that you want, because I don't see the kind of money you need. Now, it doesn't mean you don't have any money, but you have probably had some difficulties with finances over the last little while. And some of you might be facing some problems with being able to pay for the space that you're living in. So that could require you to make the changes that I'm talking about too, right? There might be an opportunity or some sort of proposition that is given to you. Pisces, if you're involved in a relationship that you have kind of lost interest in, or there is something dying between you and a loved one, this could put you on a whole new trajectory of meeting new people, allowing new relationships, maybe even in your mind, stepping out in your mind. That might be really important for you to do in order to hold it together for a little while. I do see a good select few of you to move on. So if you're in a relationship that has been burdening you or tying you down, that relationship and the place you live may all go at once. So there could be some big changes coming. Now, it might not happen in April, but the thoughts or the concerns about what you're living, who you're living with, how you're living, those things are going to be stirred up in this month, and maybe you're going to get a proposition to help make some changes. I'm not sure by who, but it could be as simple as, let's say you own a business and someone's going to buy you out. Or let's say you have a house that you don't want to live in and someone's going to take it over. or someone's going to move out and then you're going to renovate. Something like that is going to happen, and it will connect or disconnect you from a relationship that is not going in the direction you need it to go in, okay? Now remember I said wolf is one who mates for life. So if something's happened in your relationship, it could bring you down for a while. It could bring you down in such a way where you won't commit somewhere else, but you might still get involved. You know, this kind of looks like just someone who lives freely, you know. You might have sexual relationships with others, but not necessarily commit. This could be the other thing. If you're already single, maybe you don't want to make a commitment. You just want to have some fun. But yeah, you probably don't want to make the commitments at all. So if you are single, you're probably going to have some fun and not make any commitments. If your finances, if you need more money, this is going to be the month for you to figure out how to do that. And it might require some significant changes or moves, okay, on your part. Now, as far as your health goes, I do think you need sleep, you need time out, it looks like you might be dealing with a little bit of depression, and that's the reason why you need to make some changes in your home life, because you can't handle it anymore. It's not what you were looking for. It's not what you want. Something's wrong. Something's not right. So focus on creating finances. Focus on taking your vitamins and eating properly and getting the sleep you need. Maybe even getting out a little bit. I do think you've got some heavy stuff on your mind, or heavy stuff in your soul that you need to communicate with. And maybe there's someone from the past that you need to get connected with again and fix the situation. Something's not right. And I do think that if you do take a step out and try to fix certain things, it's gonna work out. Okay? I hope that helps you, my dear and wonderful Pisces friends. And